Hello, everyone. This is the most intelligent and magnificent bird, Beak, speaking to you today. And in today's video, I'm back at it with another character review, and this time it's going to be on Gold Mythic Wanderer. And before we get started, I hope all of you are doing good and staying safe out there. I'm doing good, other than some technical difficulties I've had, and I'm staying safe. This is actually my third time recording this character review. The other two times, somehow the recording got lost or something. I don't know. So hopefully the third time will be the charm. So yeah, I've already went over this twice. It's been a pain in the ass. It really has. And you guys will get this character review sometime next week. I was going to upload it this weekend, but I figured I would just save it until next week. That's when I'm going to take a sort of a semi-break. So I figured I'd save this for next week. And I don't think we should waste any more time. I think we should go ahead and jump into this character review, shall we? The Wanderer, Outlanders. And before we continue, I'll be right back. Bring it. Sorry about that, guys. Harley was scratching at the door to be let in at a bad time. But anyway, let's get to the character review, shall we? The Wanderer, Outlanders. His trait is fast, his role is support, and his allegiance is a member of the Outlanders. Now let's take a look at his stats. His attack stat is 20,228. His defense is 15,171. And his HP is also 15,171. Now let's take a look at his adrenaline rush. Hidden force. The recharge rate is 66 AP. So that's pretty fast. That's actually, pretty much the standard of most gold mythics. Attack 3 enemies for 250% damage each. This character and all teammates get elusive for 2 turns. This is a really good adrenaline rush. So he's attacking 3 enemies for 250% damage. So that's 750% damage total. And plus, the Wanderer is getting elusive, and all teammates is getting elusive as well as him for 2 turns. I really like the first part. He's doing a lot of damage, and there's other parts of his kit which we'll get to that's really going to help with that damage. Plus, him and a whole team are getting elusive for 2 turns. That's really good. That's going to make that opposing team they're not going to be able to gain AP from basic attack. So that's going to be a good way to stop AP gain from the opposing team, at least for 2 turns. I really, really like that adrenaline rush for sure. Now let's take a look at his signature move, Torture Dance. The initial cooldown is turn 1, number of cooldowns 2 turns, number of uses unlimited. This character gets elusive for the rest of combat. Make a critical attack against 2 enemies for 200% damage each. Those enemies get 10,000 trauma for 2 turns. This character, Wanderer getting elusive for the rest of combat, that's going to be really good. That's going to be pretty OP. You're definitely stopping the opposing team, when they attack the Wanderer. You're stopping any opposing toon from gaining AP when they hit the Wanderer, unless they're using a signature move, or if they get AP gain from another source. They're not going to be able to get that AP gain from basic attacks on the Wanderer, and that's really good. So I would highly recommend getting this signature move off early as possible. Of course, unless, the Wanderer's dazed. That would be about the only way you could stop him from using his signature very early on. Plus, he's making a critical attack against 2 enemies. That's going to be really good as well. That's going to play into another part of his kit, which, again, we'll get into when we get there. Plus, those enemies that you attack will get 10,000 trauma for 2 turns. Now, I know exhaust has something to do... I can't talk. I know exhaust has something to do with if you get a certain amount of AP, you're going to take that damage from exhaust. Now, trauma, I know trauma... it was on a weapon, the Halloween axe, but I know if you get trauma on you, I know that's bad, but I can't exactly remember how. So if anyone knows exactly how trauma works against you, just let me know. Just let me know down there in the comments, because I have completely forgotten. So I imagine the trauma is pretty good if you get the trauma on those enemies. A very good adrenaline rush and a very good signature move so far. Now let's take a look at the Wanderer's Mythic Abilities. Cunning. When attacking or being attacked, 30% less likely to trigger enemy weapon effects and walker effects. Not really going to go into cunning all that much. It's pretty good. I would recommend leveling that one up all the way. It works, and especially with his weapon, the cunning is really going to help with that. So go ahead and level up cunning all the way if you can. Unseen Team. When this character performs a critical attack, 100% chance 4 teammates get camouflage for 2 turns. Now, the camouflage part is going to be really good because obviously it's going to help against walker stages, obviously, but correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't camouflage help with reflect damage and payback damage as well? And if that's the case, I would definitely recommend leveling up Unseen Team for sure, because that's going to be a big help coming up against those payback toons for sure, and potential reflect damage as well. And that critical attack is going to play into another part of his kit. Dismember. At the start of each turn, 100% chance an enemy gets disarmed for 2 turns. This is not a bad one to level up. Say, for example, if you're coming up against a team with Kenny or Brutus, and if one of those two get the disarm, whatever weapon they have, that weapon is going to be absolutely useless for 2 turns. Although from how it's being worded, it sounds like the disarm is going to go on a completely random tune. So I would definitely think about leveling that one up. But it's definitely not the most important one, but it's not a bad one to level up either. Marked for Death. When this character performs a critical attack, 100% chance the target gets crosshairs for 2 turns. Oh, hell yes. I would recommend leveling up Marked for Death. Absolutely, because with this one, you are essentially giving the Wanderer 2 specialist skills. Not only does he have collateral damage 2, that's what we're going to get into next. Not only the collateral damage 2, but he essentially has Hid Hunter if you level that one up. So that one, ooh, the collateral damage 2 and Hid Hunter, ooh, that's going to be a nasty combo together. So I would definitely recommend Cunning, Unseen Team, and Marked for Death. Absolutely. Dismember, it's not a bad one, but it's not the most important one. But overall, his mythic abilities are pretty good. So let's get to his specialist skill. Collateral damage 2. When this character performs a critical attack on a target, they will deal splash damage, a 100% damage attack to up to 3 adjacent targets. The adjacent targets do not gain AP from this damage. Like I said, his Adrenaline Rush signature move, a couple of his mythic abilities, maybe all of them. Hold on. Pretty much all of his mythic abilities are, his Adrenaline Rush signature move. Almost all of his mythic abilities are going to combine really well with that collateral damage. And like I said, the Marked for Death and collateral damage, leveling up that Marked for Death is essentially going to be giving him 2 specialist skills. And like I said, I can just imagine the nasty combo between Marked for Death and collateral damage 2. Ooh, I can't wait to see those combinations for sure. That's going to be a really good combination with his whole kit, pretty much. Now, let's take a look at his weapon. The Wanderer's Savage Switchblade. I mean, his weapon, the look of it, it's nothing too crazy, nothing over the top. It's just a regular switchblade. But the stats on it, that's what we're here for. 40% attack, a huge bonus to AP when attacking, bonus AP plus HP. All team members receive 8% AP and 8% bonus HP at the beginning of each wave. Improved Critical Expert. Turns character's base crit chance to 100%. This character gets 20% crit damage. Obviously, I think it's pretty clear how you would want to go on the weapon. I love the 40% attack. The huge bonus to AP when attacking is pretty good as well. And for the third slot, let's be honest, Fast gets screwed in the armory. The armory selections for Fast are just not that great. So bonus AP, HP, definitely the best you can craft already. And Improved Critical Expert, that is really good. That's going to trigger the collateral damage. Plus, that's going to also trigger the, collateral damage. The essentially Head Hunter, and just, that's really going to... It's going to be really devastating for people to come up against it. So, how I would build his weapon is go for 55% attack. I think it's a near perfect weapon. I guess if you really wanted to, you could take that huge bonus to AP when attacking off, and you could maybe put defense or HP to maybe keep him alive a little bit longer. Or if you really wanted to, I don't know why you would do this, but I guess you could put crit. I guess you could put crit in there, but I wouldn't put any crit on there. Like I said, I would aim for the 55% attack, and if you want to have him, if you want to have him have defense or HP, you could go with the mods for that if you really wanted to. So my recommendation is 55% attack on the weapon. It's definitely near perfect for sure. And what can I say? I just love how the Wanderer is mysteriously elusive, and I think that's really awesome, to be honest. I love his simple look. The headphones, the bandana, the jacket, the hat, the gloves. Nothing too crazy or over the top. It's really great. I just love this more simple look on the Wanderer. Now the S-Class version of him, he had the more cowboy bandit look with the cowboy hat, the duster coat, the bandana once again, and he had a knife. I think it was a little bit more of a crazier design of a knife. This one is just more of a simple switchblade knife this time around, and I definitely see people pulling for him for sure. Will I be pulling for him? I don't know. It just... I want him, but I don't know. I would want all three... I mean, not all three, but all 5 copies of him. But either way, I think he's going to be a really great tune for sure. And, so I'll have this up sometime next week. And, again, like I said, I love how, he is mysteriously mysteriously elusive, and I think that's really awesome for sure. And I just love the more simple look on the Wanderer this time around. And that's pretty much all I got to say on him. What do you guys think about Gold Mythic Wanderer? Are you going to pull for him? Let me know down in the comments. And that's pretty much all I got to say. I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by and for your continued support Or if you're new, welcome in for the first time. All of you are very awesome, and I thank you again. And don't forget to hit the bell and switch on all notifications so you know the second I upload to YouTube. And hopefully this is the only time I have to record this. Please let it be good. I am Beak, and I'm gonna go fly away back to my nest. Until next time, bye guys.